What's up, guys? Iggy here with FalTac. Hey, we have a brand new build in the house. So I got contacted a little bit ago about, holsters for a particular friend of mine. And, they have a search and rescue team. I believe they're in Texas. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. But they're looking for holsters for a Baofeng. Now, I do offer them for the UV5R, but it's not what they have. Of course, they have the UV9R Pro. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's a little cute little watertight guy. If you don't know, they're ham radios. They also do civilian channels, radio. You can literally listen to AM, FM on here. Good little stuff. So good price point. So I went ahead and designed a mold. 3D printed it yesterday, and it's done today. So let's check this out. So we have number one, trim jig. And I'm going to explain why I did that little notch right there. So we got that guy. All right. And then we got the mold. So we'll see how well this does. Now with this printer, I just upgraded my P1S, my second one, with an AMS heater. So this was the first print with an AMS heater, and honestly, it feels pretty solid. So we have mold, trim jig, and the radio. So let's fire up everything, and let's see how this works. Now the way I designed this mold is you can do it two different ways, because I know there's left hand, right hand, but there's screen in and screen out. So it's all on how you have it orientated on your body to go from there. So sometimes with the antenna, having it on, towards your back or towards your front is all personal preference. So orientation is, well, needed. It's important. So, like I said, what I did, this one is screen out, as you can see right here. And then the other one, which I haven't printed yet, is screen in. And obviously the only difference is the location of the mounting points. But if this mold doesn't work, why waste the time, material, energy, and everything else to print a second one? So let's see how this works. Now, I will tell you, there's one thing that really bothered me about this build. If you look at where the microphone attaches, it's not centered, right? And I generally will split a mold perfectly in half. I didn't do that in this one. I didn't want it like that. I didn't want it offset to be centered on here, so I did it in half, so it's going to be equal. So if you notice, this side is really thick, this side's thin. See that right here? So thin, thick. I didn't want to offset it because it'd just be fat on one side, thin on the other. So I did this one perfectly in half, and then we got the MRD mounted directly underneath it. So all in all, I think it's going to work good. We're going to see how it goes. If I need to tweak something, I can go ahead, tweak it, and then go from there. So we'll see. Now I want to explain why I have this little notch right here. So when this radio is going to be sitting in it, it's going to be just like this. Now what I did is I did right here, these 2 points are going to be eyelets. Generally when I see radio holsters, it's 2 pieces and it's eyelets all the way around. Honestly, I really didn't want that because I just wanted to see how I could do it with a fold over. So by doing it with this fold over, I'm putting 2 eyelets on this side because there's going to be bolts right here. So eyelets here. Now generally what I do is I put a piece of, paracord, and so it'll stretch. I do bungee cord. And what I want it to do is I want it to sit in a pocket here so it doesn't kind of move up and down and fly around. So it's going to come up from the bottom one here, go across, and it's going to sit inside here while it's going across the antenna area. So then you could take it and move it down to pull the radio, and then just move it back up, and it should just sit right there. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's why I designed it in there. If it doesn't work out, I'll just make another trim jig. And that is why the center is higher, so it doesn't accidentally fall off. It'll stay right there. So that's what we're doing. So hopefully the design works out and works good. All right, well, good news. with putting the mold, dirty, with putting the mold in the freezer, right? Spraying it with our Appel, and a couple tappies came out and nothing broke, which is good. So let's move on. So this one is pretty easy. We're going to be doing just a couple drills here and then throw it in. Let's see. I'm curious to see how this is, because this could, one, be a big order, but two, it's just another thing I could offer for you guys. So, and with these, they're popular because they're waterproof. So let's go ahead and let's get this drilled, and let's see how the trim jig goes. And I have to make sure I have bungee cord, which I think I do. Right. Looking good right there. Now, let's see. Bada bang. God, I love this. All right, let's get it cut. Now that did exactly as I wanted, so you can see right there, but a good thing to do at this point is, check it out, it's not going to fall through. It's pretty good there. Pretty good there. Now, because this has no, how can I say it, retention gap on it, it literally 0.0001 is what I put it at. These are going to be touching because we're going to be setting eyelets in them. So when I clean this up on the buffer, I'm not going to buff the inside edge. I'm only going to do the outside edge. That being said, I'm only going to do it where it doesn't meet. So because it meets right here, I'm not going to buff that edge. But because it doesn't meet here, I'm going to buff the inside edge. And I'll show you what I mean after. But pretty much the reason why I'm doing that is when you bevel the edge on the inside, it's going to look like this. And it just doesn't look right to me. So we're going to wait to the end to do that part. But I'm going to go ahead and clean the outside right here, and then we're going to fold it. All right, we're almost there. Heat strip is heating up. So we got this. It is cleaned on the outside edge, cleaned on this edge, which is exposed, and we have our MRD drilled out. So what we're going to do is, normally when you see these, they're mounted just like this, and the retention, it's just hitting right at the very bottom. So if I have this radio in here, it's going to hit right at, just right here. That's it. So I don't want that. So when I'm designing my stuff, I put the MRD upside down. So we're just like that. And by the way, look how look, it holds in with no hardware. That's how balls on I'm getting this stuff dialed in. So now this point is folding in the center, and let's hope it does everything I want it to do. And I left just enough clearance, like 0.02, for the eyelets. So let's hope this works good, because I'd be very happy if it does. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, excuse my language, but I'm retarded. I never took in consideration. It's the gap all the way through. I was supposed to stop it right there, and well, looks like I'm going to go fix that in the program. So we have a holster fail, but we could check everything else. So right, it works pretty good. A little protective right here. And then I think what I'm going to do is move this over a little bit. But technically, we could still finish this up and see how it goes. But, oh, freaking A. It fits good, though. So, but yeah, these are supposed to be in more. And anywho, how's your day going? All right, so looks like we're gonna do this again. So I got to modify right here, which means I got to break it all back down and do this again. So obviously that was a miserable fail. So I'm back on the computer now, and I realized what I did, and I'll show you. So when you're doing the blocking, I had the blocking from the MRD, and I extended it all the way up. That's the problem. So all I need to do is just block off the MRD, stop it right there, and then I can continue everything else as it was, which means trim jig is junk, and everything else is junk because I have to redo it. So I already deleted all the other ones, and I'm going to go ahead and fix that. All right, about 40 minutes later, we are done, and I'm going to show you the new design. So we went ahead, redid the trim jig. As you can see, I actually bumped it up higher, and then I set it a little bit larger and then a little bit down. It's right where the antenna meets the body. And then down here, I did a step. So this should work perfectly. Now, actually, let's see here. There you go. Now you can see the step that was supposed to be there last time. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to throw the new trim jig on printer number 1 and the new mold on printer number 2. Well, we are all set. So trim jig in printer 1 with PLA, and then mold in printer 2 with Petchy. So now it's just a waiting game. So now the question is, do I want to upload this as a 2-part or do the whole thing? We'll see.